how do I get my manifestation? How do I get my specific person? How do I get my car? How do I get the money? How do I get the apartment, the house, the job that I want? So many of us are caught up in the how our manifestation shows up that we're micromanaging the universe and not allowing it to be delivered to us because we have to have the minute detail of how it shows up. You can't do that though. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of people say, you're manifesting alone. You're not. You're manifesting with 8 billion people out there. And you can't control what 8 billion people do. So you got to let go of the how. How do you do that? Let's get into that today. This is Susie, your beautiful Millionaire Swan Queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful duckling. Thank you for subscribing, smashing the like button, sharing my videos. I love you. I am the best life coach with a 99.6% success rate in getting people back together with the love of their life. It's not the only thing I do specialize in it. If you'd be interested in working with me one-on-one, joining my paid Facebook group, upscaling your money with Delivery Dawn, or getting t-shirts from my daughter and her bestie, the links are in the description below. So today's t-shirt is love. I love this one. It's absolutely amazing. The pumpkin is the O. It's got leopard print on it. They cut them, whatever you want. They're also doing hoodies now. So fall's coming, colder weather if you need hoodies. All right, so let's talk about the how. So you want to get a new house and you are being told you have to take action. You have to be doing something. You've got to be putting in applications for a house. You have to be entering contests to win a free house. You have to do something. Well, let me tell you how I got this place. I did nothing, okay? I was looking for a place to live, and a friend of mine talked to the landlord and said, hey, I got a friend who's going through a divorce, needs a place to live. Landlord said, okay, call her and tell her that I'll be more than happy to write to her. So I called him. And I told him who I was. And he's like, oh, yeah. He said, I got 2 apartments. He said, come take a look at them. Came and took a look at the apartment. We were in here, looked at this apartment. He had to finish doing some cleaning on it, sign the lease, gave him the money. Done. Was done. I wasn't all over the papers scouring for apartments. I wasn't online scouring for apartments. I just said I needed a place to live. And the friend talked to my landlord, and I've been here for 10 years. These things will come knock at your door because of the way you focus. If you literally walked around and said, I found the best place to live. I found the best place to live. Oh my gosh, I found the best place to live. Someone is going to say something to you, and that thing is going to show up. Just like this apartment. I wanted a car. Here's another one. Bobby kept asking me, what kind of car do you want? Camaro. What other kind of car do you want? Camaro. What other car? Camaro. Is there any other car? Camaro. There's other cars. No, there's only Camaros. Took a year to get my car, mind you, because I was on and off the fence. I was hot and cold. I want the car, but I'm still new in my business. Do I want to take the risk? What do I want to do? How do I want to do it? What am I going to do? So I was hot and cold. So I'm out one day doing paperwork for my son to get his motorcycle plated. I had to go see Bobby. I'm talking to Bobby, and Bobby goes, what kind of car do you want? I said, Camaro. He said, okay, let's go see what kind of Camaros we have. I wasn't car shopping that day. I really wasn't car shopping at all. Never looked online at Camaros, never priced them, nothing. So Bobby goes and pulls up his little tablet, checks out the Camaros he's got. He goes and grabs the key, and we walked outside. And baby's sitting outside. Literally, baby's sitting outside. So I got my Camaro. I physically drove to the dealership, but I wasn't actively looking for a car. I was doing something else. And I had not actively been looking for a car for a year. He kept asking me. He kept asking me and asking me. And I kept telling him what I wanted. And then baby came up and she came home with me that night. Wasn't supposed to happen that way. You're supposed to scour the papers and price everything and look at all the stuff that you want. I literally wanted a black Camaro with all the bells and whistles. It had to have a touch screen, and it had to be able to charge my phone. Why did it have to have a touch screen? I don't know. It was one of the things on my list. I dated, and I've dated 10 guys in my life, all right? These 10 guys that I've dated, 6 of them have literally knocked on my door. 6. 7, if I would have dated the one, but I didn't date him, he just didn't give me a really good but he knocked on my door. So it could have been 7 guys that knocked on my door. So that would have been 7 out of 11 that knocked on my door. So if 6 people knocked on my door to date me, I just literally said, God, if you want me to date, have them knock on my door. And they knocked on my door. The funny one was, one knocked on my door because he wanted to know if this trailer that we had in the yard was for sale. Literally. And I dated him. When you are focusing on how it's going to show up, you're actually blocking what you desire to show up. So you talk about the end instead. You talk about the fact that God wants you to date, you're going to show up. God gave me the desire to date Jason Momoa. So all I talk about is, you know what? God gave me the desire to date Jason Momoa. He's going to reach out to me. I know he's going to reach out to me because God gave me the desire. I'm not going, well, how's he going to reach out? Well, is it going to be in this app? Is it going to be this app? Is it going to be this app? Well, how's he going to get my information? Is he going to call me? Is he going to book an appointment? There's so many different ways things can show up in your life. But even when I say it knocks on my door, I'm limiting it to one way it shows up. So you want $1 million. That's $1 million bills. If we put 20s, it's not as many bills. If we do hundreds, it's not as many bills. But think about this. There's millions of ways anything can show up. We have a limited scope of the stories that we can create on how something shows up in our reality. You order a pizza. So you call your favorite pizza place. They make your pizza. They give it to the delivery driver. The delivery driver brings it to your door. You want to order Chinese food. Well, let's go on Uber or DoorDash and order Chinese food and they'll deliver it to us. We don't even have to leave our house. So literally, I don't have to leave my house to go get my manifestation. I left my house to help my son and my car came to me. I knocked on my door and I got a date because somebody moved into the building and wanted to know if they could get if I had any coffee. Number one thing they come looking for, coffee. My old apartment that I lived in, I used to have this guy that would come over and he would ask for coffee. And somebody bought me these weird coffee singles. They're like tea bags. And I would just give him a few. And next day he was over again. Next day he was over again. His wife gets mad at me because I keep giving her husband coffee. She hadn't gone shopping yet. They had no coffee in the house. I actually became friends with the woman, but she thought I was trying to do something funny in the beginning because her husband's coming over in the middle of the morning, wee hours of the morning to get coffee. I was up because somebody I was babysitting came over at that time of the morning so their parents could go to work. But I wasn't doing anything other than handing him a thing of coffee. When you have this, I got to figure out how it's going to show up mentality, you're stressing yourself out. And this is why I say you do not create absolutely positively everything in your life. Because if you did, you would have to get them dressed every day. You would have to tell them what time they wake up, what time they go to bed, what they talk about, who they talk to, where they go, what they do, how they do their job. So I'm not a lawyer and say I'm dating a lawyer. I have to tell the lawyer how to do the lawyer's job. That gets a little too taxing. Oh, you're dating a surgeon. That would be really good. I have to tell a surgeon how to operate. Manifesting has gotten so bad that everybody is you pushed out. So if you come into somebody toxic, oh, you got to clean up your shit because you're toxic. No, not necessarily. When you are manifesting, you have to manifest with someone. Someone has to help you to get whatever it is you desire. So even if you are saying it in your head and you're like, oh, my thoughts manifest. When I think a thought, it manifests. I imagine, it manifests. I do stats, it manifests. I meditate, it manifests. I listen to subliminals and it manifests. We're saying something. So how do you get whatever you desire? Let it go. Let it go. Physically, let it go. It's not your job to figure out the how. So this is what you do. It's not my job to figure out the how. It's just going to come to me. I did not affirm this when I was younger. So when I started consciously manifesting my life 40 years ago, I did not affirm that things came to me. What happened is I was manifesting something and it showed up. And I was like, how cool is that? God delivered it to me. I didn't have to go do anything. The second time it happened, I was like, wow. The third time it happened was wow. So I now have a default state where I don't have to do anything except affirm. And that's it. I just affirm for what I want, what I desire. And because I affirm, that's action. So I am taking the action and I'm telling the universe to deliver it to me. I don't have to say it comes to my door all the time. I have to remind myself once in a while, oh, don't worry about it. They're going to knock on your door. It'll be fine. You're stressing out for nothing because it always knocks on your door. It always comes to you. You don't have to do anything. But you get stuck in how. Instead of saying, how does this show up? Say, how cool is it that it did show up? How cool is it that my manifestations are delivered to me? Just like a pizza. I order a pizza, it shows up at my door. I order a manifesting item, it shows up at my door. It's delivered just like Amazon. It's the greatest thing in the world. Oh, I ordered a dress and Amazon's going to deliver it. I ordered my specific person. Amazon's going to deliver it. I don't have to do anything because Amazon's going to deliver my specific person. Amazon has all kinds of delivery drivers. Oh, but my favorite delivery driver is UPS. That man is absolutely amazing. I don't want to move because and if I do, I want to make sure that I stay in his route because this guy is absolutely amazing. He is my favorite delivery driver. So when you are manifesting, what's your delivery driver? Is that the Minions? Is that Amazon? Is it the pizza delivery guy? Who is your delivery person? Because that's who you are telling to bring it to you. So it's, hey, you go figure out how to bring me this. If you are doubting, you're in resistance and chaos, and you're really fighting the how, tell the delivery driver. So my friend Dawn, Delivery Dawn, she says, I would never deliver anything to you unless it was fun. So it has to bring me joy if she's going to deliver it to me. So Dawn is my fun driver. UPS is my Amazon delivery, delivers a lot of my Amazon stuff. FedEx is my best delivery driver though. He's not my favorite, but he's my best because every time I get something through FedEx, I get something free. So I wonder what kind of surprise I'm gonna get with my delivery when FedEx shows up. So your focus needs to be on what you want, not the how. So you can literally say, I let go of the how, and because I let go of the how, it showed up. You're doing what Jim Carrey says, and you're turning around and you're saying, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. So you want something. I found the perfect apartment. I found the perfect house. Because when you talk about you find things, your keys go missing. And you walk around the house, I can't find my keys, I can't find my keys, I can't find my keys. Where are my keys? Where did I put my keys? My keys are missing. You're focused on the fact that the keys aren't in your vicinity. Instead, focus on, I found my keys, I found my keys, I found my keys. Ophelia loses her glasses all the time. And I'll be like, where's your glasses? And she'll be like, I don't know. All right, let's find them. What do we do when we're looking for something? And she walks around and goes, Susie, I found them. Susie, I found them. When I was looking for a drawing pencil, and I know this is stupid, my favorite drawing pencil Chance got a hold of, took off with it, and I couldn't find it. I went through the whole house looking for my drawing pencil. Couldn't find it. Don't have any clue as to where this little guy hid it. And I just said, you know what? I found it. It's amazing. I found it. I got my favorite drawing pencil. I found it. The next day, I am leaving my dining area, that's my office, going to the bathroom, and my favorite drawing pencil is on the floor. It could not have been there for the last 24 hours. I would have stepped on it. That's how in sight it was. I have these locks for my cabinets, so little man can't get into the stuff underneath the kitchen sink that is like the cleaning supplies. So I have the cabinets locked. The lock piece that holds it all together went missing. I told Savannah, I said, do you know where the piece is to lock the cabinet up? I can't find it. And she said, I have no idea. Mine is missing too, and I have no idea what Chance did with it. Now, he can't undo it, so we had to undo it. I know exactly where I put it. It's not there. So I told her, all right, it's not, I'm not going to worry about it. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found the lock piece. I get up the next morning. It's literally sitting on the floor right in front of the cabinet. And there's no way, again, it would have been there yesterday. I would have seen it and I would not have made the phone call. When you talk about what you desire, your end goal only, the minions, the 8 billion people on the planet, do their job of bringing it to you. So you have to find a phrase, a statement, or a question that says, all I have to do is affirm and it shows up. It's not my job to figure out how it's going to show up. It's just my job to make sure I keep reminding the universe to bring it to me. And that's why you do phrases, questions, and statements. The reason you affirm about whatever topic you want is to constantly remind 8 billion people to bring you what you desire. So when I really, truly want something, I will literally get down to it's not my job to figure out how. I don't understand. I have the desire to have this thing. Now make it happen. Make it happen right now today. Bring me my manifestation. Bring it to me. So whatever I'm affirming comes to me because I now use it in my affirmations, my ask-formations, my questions, statements, and phrases, whatever you want to call them. I do not do that because I think it is so disrespectful that Noah does affirmations and people don't give him credit, and then David Allen does ask-formation and Noah's get called ask-formations instead of affirmations when he created the word affirmations. So I say question, statements, and phrases. What question, statement, or phrase can you make right now that is going to bring you your manifestation, that you can put on a recording, that you can say out loud, that you can think in your head? You got a desire to have something. That desire is already yours. So you want your specific person, you want the apartment, you want the job, you want the money. You throw out your fishing line. You've already caught it because you had that original thought. Your affirming is reeling it in. It's bringing it to you. You don't get a fish on a line and then go out into the ocean and pick up the fish. You reel the fish in and you keep reeling it in. And that's where your struggle is. The fish is fighting you, doesn't want to be caught, but it's already on your line. So it goes out, your pole goes out, you pull it back in, it goes out some more, you pull it back in, and each time you pull back, you're bringing it closer to you. And then you go, well, how do I get it? I don't know, but I did. How did you get it? I don't know, but you got it. How do I change my specific person story? I don't know, but I did. How do I get $10 million in my bank account? I don't know, but I did. I'm a millionaire because I'm a millionaire. There's no how in there. It is what it is. And I literally, live in the state of it is what it is. And we don't live in the past, and we are not in the future. We only live in this now moment. So in this now moment, you have to say your phrases, questions, and statements to get it to show up. That's all you have to do. Yes, normally you would go to the car dealership, or you would go scour the papers, or you would go look somewhere to find a car. But in Susie's world, we don't do that. The car shows up. It comes to me. Literally, it comes to me. Bobby said if I hadn't shown up, he would have called me and said, hey, you need to come check out this Camaro. Because it was really awesome. It's really awesome. I wanted it detailed. My neighbor was out there working, doing it, and he said, you know, I own a detail shop. I'm like, no, I didn't know that. He's like, yeah, I own a detail shop. He gave me the address, told me where to go, what he would charge. Didn't even have to go look for somebody to detail it. The detail person was right here. When you let go, that's when the miracles happen. You stop focusing on the middle. You can manifest a specific person with your end goal of fully committed relationship, happily married. You can still get text messages and dates. These are separate from the actual relationship. So if you're manifesting and you think they have to text me, and then the text is going to lead to more texting, which is going to lead to a phone call, which is going to lead to a date, which is going to lead to the marriage. That is steps. I don't do things in steps. I just shout out my end goal. I want to date Jason Momoa, so I just keep saying, you know, God, I want to date Jason Momoa. Make it happen. I don't understand why you won't let me date Jason Momoa right now today, so just make it happen. And I keep saying that. Now, in a specific person relationship, any relationship, family, friends, coworkers, people you date, you want to marry, you have to say the quality of the relationship. Got the degree, been there, done that. I never defined my relationships. They were just relationships. And I've even asked people that I have dated, what kind of a relationship did we have? And they would say, we just had a relationship. So now I define my relationships with the qualities I want in the relationship. I want to be in a healthy, happy, romantic relationship. So I'm saying I have a healthy, happy, romantic relationship with my specific person. So why do I have a healthy, happy, romantic relationship? And then I can come up with reasons. I focus on that then I don't have problems in my relationships. When I focus on, I just want this relationship, what happens is you get the relationship, then you move in together and it's awkward city. You are totally awkward. You don't even know how to talk to each other. So the first 3 months of living together is like, ugh, until you get comfortable again. So always focus on your end goal. Let go of the how. And I promise you, when you do that, it's going to show up because it literally has no choice. When you micromanage, you're just slowing the process down so it's not allowed to come in as fast as you would like. And this 3 days, 3.69 seconds to get your manifestation, guys, no. Are you prepared to be living with your specific person in 3 days? Are you prepared to be moving in with your specific person in 4 seconds? It takes 9 months to have a baby. So if you don't get married and have the baby in 3 days, how does that make you feel? When you let go of the how, time no longer matters. And anybody who's telling you that it has to be done in this time, that's their rule. Your rules are completely different. So don't let time be a problem. Neville talks about a woman who took 7 years to go on a vacation she wanted. Everything has a birthing process. And right now, you're in that birthing process. So you're in the middle of the gestation period of having a baby. It takes 40 weeks. So you're at week 20. It's going to take another 20 weeks for it to be fully formed and delivered. So that's why you're stuck in the how, because you're waiting for it to be delivered and you don't understand. So instead, I don't understand how it's going to show up, but it showed up. I don't understand why there's a delay, but I know I'm still going to be happily married to my specific person. I know I'm still going to have the job of my dreams. I know I'm going to have the house of my dreams, the car of my dreams. My life is absolutely amazing. I have my place that I've been living in for 10 years that I absolutely love. I have my dream car. I have my dream job. I was in the most amazing relationship, and we broke up for a legitimate reason, but it doesn't affect our friendship. We're still friends because we chose that path. Sometimes people are not meant to be your forever, and in this case, we aren't going to be together forever. So we did the best thing and we let them go. We let each other go to our forever person, as you would want to call it. So when you are focusing on how, you're delaying. When you're focusing on why this happened, you're getting clarity. But when you're speaking about your end and only your end, you're reminding 8 billion people that they need to deliver your manifestation to you. It's really this simple, guys. I love you. You have an absolutely positively amazing day. And as always, leave me a comment that tells me a success story that you have from my teachings. Oh, we're going to be clicker easy again. You know, one of these days I'm going to get along with this thing really well, and then we won't have anything to talk about at the end of this video because I forgot to remind you. That post still needs to be made. So if you got this far in the video, leave a comment that Jason Momoa made the post that his friend Travis found a donor. Love you guys.